Hello everybody, I am the HappyCabbie and I have some wonderful exciting news. I posted this on Twitter a few days ago when the story broke, but anyway, the First Circuit Court of Appeals has basically ruled in favor that citizens have the right to film the police. And basically this is what happened. There was a person, his name was Simon Gilk, or possibly Gilk, G-I-L-K is how you spell his last name. I'll leave links down below. But anyway, he was filming somebody's arrest and the police arrested him. He took it to court and basically the First Circuit Court of Appeals ruled in his favor, saying that he has the right to film the police as well as do you and I. Now, the next step in this process is the Supreme Court, but basically the Supreme Court only takes a small handful of cases a year. They get thousands of petitions. They only take about maybe 75 to 100 cases a year. So in reality, the Circuit Court of Appeals is usually what the law of the land is going to be. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and take a look at what the Supreme Court said. You can read the full decision down below. I encourage everybody to do it, but I just wanted to go ahead and point out a couple of paragraphs that I think is truly, truly great. The First Amendment right to gather news is, as the court has often noted, not one that inures solely to the benefit of the news media. Now, I didn't know what inures meant, so I looked it up. It means to take effect. So this is basically saying not one that takes effect solely to the benefit of the news media. Rather, the public's right of access to information is coextensive with that of the press. So there we go. And then it goes on to say, the First Amendment does not guarantee the press a constitutional right of special access to information not available to the public generally. In other words, just because somebody has a press pass doesn't mean that they get special privileges. It's like, you and I have the same rights that the media has, is what the court is saying. Indeed, there are several cases involving private individuals among the decisions from other courts that the First Amendment right to film. And then, of course, it goes on to list some of these things. Moreover, changes in technology and society have made the lines between private citizen and journalist exceedingly difficult to draw. The proliferation of electronic devices with video recording capability means that many of our images of current events come from bystanders with a ready cell phone or a digital camera rather than a traditional film crew. And news stories now are just as likely to be broken by a blogger at her computer as a reporter at a major newspaper. Such developments make clear why news-gathering protections of the First Amendment cannot turn on professional credentials or status. And then, of course, it goes on to read it. And I do encourage you guys to basically, know this court case. For example, if you're being pulled over by the police, getting a traffic ticket, keep a camera with you, keep a little small camera with you and just turn it on. And if the police officer says you can't film, I would print this thing out and put it right in your glove compartment and say, I'm sorry, but the Circuit Court of Appeals says that I have the right to film. You can issue me a citation if you like, and I'll be glad to, comply and meet with all the demands that the police may have. But when it comes to filming police, that's your evidence. If you want to fight a ticket or if you want to talk about the police abusing their power, you need that video evidence. Now, when it comes to filming somebody else's altercation with police, say, for example, you're filming somebody's arrest or something like that, you want to make sure that you're filming from a safe distance. You don't want to get like right up in there with the camera, because the police officer is looking out for two things. Number one, he or she is looking out for their safety. In other words, they don't want to get assaulted, by either the person they're arresting or one of the other people that are out there. So you want to make sure that the police officer, feels confident that he or she can arrest the person and not have to worry about other people going around out in the corner of their eyes. So when you're filming the police, you want to make sure that you're just minding your own business, filming from a safe distance. Cameras now, they have zoom up, so you can stand from a distance and you can zoom up, but you're not interfering with the arrest, because you want to make sure that the police officer doesn't have to worry about somebody interfering with that arrest or police altercation or whatever. This even goes, for example, if you witness a police beating, if you believe somebody is being beaten and excessive police force, that's not the time to go in there and try and be a hero. It's like, yeah, it's tragic that a person is being beaten, but the thing is, getting in there could, cause you to be interfering with police activity. Basically, just film it and then report it, go from there. And then, of course, you can hand that over to the person who's being arrested. And it's like, if you want to take this person to court, I've got this evidence. But you want to make sure that you don't interfere with the police activity because, the police officer, they're trying to do their job. And sometimes, yes, there are bad cops that are out there. There are bad cops that do bad things. But when you're filming, you want to make sure you film from a safe distance. So that is very important. But, the police officer says, sorry, you can't film. Basically, you want to make sure that you know this court case. You want to be able to cite it. And you want to say, listen, I have the right to film the police. I'm not interfering with your investigation. I am just simply filming you for documentation purposes. Be respectful to police, stuff like that. You definitely don't want to get into a shouting argument because that usually doesn't work out too very good because, like I said, you don't want them, taking that nightstick out on you. I'm a big supporter of the police, but I'm also a big supporter of the citizens' right to film the police regarding whether they're the ones being arrested or somebody else being arrested. These are public officials. They work for us, and that's all I have to say. I am the HappyCabbie, and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think of this decision. I'm the HappyCabbie, and thanks for watching.